Good morning. Today is Tuesday. It is February 1st, 6:27 a.m. I was not planning on filming this week. I was going to do like more of a weekend vlog for this week. But today I'm shadowing and I thought it'd be a cool experience to possibly film. Obviously not film me with the person I'm shadowing, but just talk about it today. So I think I'm gonna do that. But first, let's get ready. So now I'm ready. I guess I can turn the light on now. It's about 6:45. I typically, we have a bunch of lamps around our house in the first place, so I typically am getting ready with like a bunch of lamps on. And I also I pre-pick my outfits and I put them in our office because that is typically where I get dressed in the morning, because I get up about 3 hours earlier than Adam most days, because I have classes at 8, and so I typically get up at like 6:15, sometimes 6. It just really depends on what I have going on for the day. I could probably go ahead and turn on our office light now. So as I mentioned, today I am shadowing. I'll talk about more about that when I get in the car because I don't want to wake anyone up, but I do have to pack my white coat. With my tech bag, this has like my calculator, extra set of headphones, hard drive, USB. That's really it. Oh yeah, adapter, laptop. Okay, so now I'm in my car and I can actually talk. So I try to get to my car by like 7, like basically no later than 7:30. I do not have a 30-minute commute for this 8 a.m. I really have like a 19 minute commute. It really also depends on the day. But I didn't have class yesterday. So basically we don't have classes on Mondays except for exam hours for right now. We start a class on Monday in like 3 weeks, I want to say. So it's really nice so far. So I basically went to work yesterday, which is really nice to make some money. And also I have been missing that particular staff. So like I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again just in case someone's new. And if you are new, hi, I'm Rudy. I guess I didn't say that in the beginning. I'm Rudy. I'm a like Atlanta-based like grad school and like lifestyle content creator, I guess you could say. I don't really know, but I'm Rudy. Welcome. Basically, I work in a clinic. My clinic is like a specialty clinic. We service patients with HIV or that are on PrEP or PEP, and I work in basically all of our locations. We have our admin office as well as 3 locations. So I work specifically in one clinic. That's like where I was hired at, where I've been, but I also do float around to everyone because I am our only student pharmacist. So they are like really interested in basically like grooming me, teaching me, helping me learn, facilitate like actual like actual educational experiences. And that includes me also helping out in the admin office and learning what it's like to be a director of pharmacy, or learning what it's like to be over grants and learning what it's like to be over our 340B program, so stuff like that. So it's been really fun. Yeah, so I did some of that yesterday in the admin office. We're also working on, we have a new student starting with us in February, and when I say new student, that means like rotation wise. I am the only student that's employed. For now, I'm always advocating for us to hire more because starting May, I won't be able to come in full time. But yeah, or sorry, I don't even work full time now. I work full time during the summer and during the winter. But yeah, so this is still really hot. So yeah, so when I get to my car, I typically like depending on how much time I have, I kind of sit here and warm up a little bit. Just make sure I do have everything. Like today, I make sure I have my white coat. Make sure I have something to take notes, which I don't think I do. But my planner has a notes section in the back, and I used that when I was on rotation when I forgot something to take notes. So that actually worked for me. And then, like I know like some people take notes in their phone, and I saw that when I was on rotation for some other students, but I am just a little, I don't know, I just don't want people thinking I'm on my phone, you know, like, so I'd rather just take notes on my planner. And that's it. So I am probably going to call my mom on my commute today. That's typically what I do literally every morning, unless it's too early. So before 7, if I'm leaving before 7, I do not call my mom because it's really early. She's not up. But 7 is when she gets up. And so we typically talk all morning anyway, because we're typically the only people awake. So yeah, now I'm headed out. If she does not answer, then I'll probably listen to a podcast. But that's the morning routine section of this, you know, because I figured, like, I was just going to do, like, the shadowing stuff, but I figured it'd be nice to take you guys literally along my entire day. I typically do, like, a week in my life, so, like, I cut out a lot of stuff. I don't do my morning routine, or I don't do, you know, other stuff like that, but I figured today actually might be fun. And if you guys want a more in-depth morning routine, I can also do that, so just, like, let me know in the comments. But let's hit the road. Hi, I just got out of class and I'm in the library. I have a break until I probably would eat lunch at like 11:30, leave here at 12 to be there by 12:30. So it's only 10:01, so I figured I would have some downtime. I just posted a reel, so I'm gonna answer some comments and stuff. Might start on my charts and might start on my MPH assessments. So I've got my nice little corner over here. I typically would do a study room, but I really didn't feel like being in our study rooms that have like windows where people couldn't look at me filming. So I'm in this corner where like there's literally no one else. So, and plus I like being with the bookshelves anyway, because no one actually goes in these bookshelves. to be honest. So this is probably turning into like an in-depth day in my life, but I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. Let's study. It did not take that long to get here. I'm going to now probably go to put my coat on, probably do some deodorant. Oh, good tip. Always keep deodorant in your car for white coats things, because I don't know about y'all, my white coat is literally so thick. So I keep a stick of deodorant in here in like one of my cupboards so that obviously it doesn't melt in the sun. But I always keep deodorant because these, like, I just get so hot in here. But I'm going to like blow my nose, find a bathroom very fast, and then call him and let him know I'm downstairs. So see you guys soon. Hi! It is a lot of hours later. Let's have a little catch-up session before I go inside. One, I had an amazing time. Amazing time. I loved it so much. This is exactly what I want to do. Like, exactly it. So, okay, some background. This was a infectious diseases clinic, or like an infectious diseases, I guess not just clinic, because there's like multiple clinics within this clinic. Basically, this unit, I don't know the word, but let's just say this clinic. This clinic is a clinic that services patients with HIV, right? But within this clinic, there's like a lot of different specialties. So there is women's health, there's women and children, there's I think they said nutrition, then there's behavioral health, well-being, behavioral health and wellness, the lab, there's a pharmacy, and then of course there's you know, just general clinics for like they have a pulmonologist that comes, there's a dentist that comes, stuff like that. But all the services are geared towards patients living with HIV. So that already checks one box. I love serving patients, and specifically patients living with HIV, or just in the like interested in the prevention of HIV. You know, like that's what I've been doing for almost 2 years now, and that's where I want to be. And so like I knew I would enjoy it, but I didn't think I'd enjoy it this much. Like I literally want that role. Like that's what I want to do. I had a great time, and it wasn't just like, oh, let me tell you what I do. It was like he told me what he does, and then we went to go see 3 patients. Like, it was amazing. Like, it was so good. Like, we talked about the patients together. What was the problem? What they were coming in for. Oh, some more background. While all these patients are living with HIV, like, he's technically like the primary care clinical pharmacist, right? So like they're already diagnosed with HIV, they are already on ARVs, you know, they're already well managed. Basically what we do is we're taking care of everything else. We're taking care of their hypertension, we're taking care of their diabetes, their hyperlipidemia, their neuropathy, you know, all that stuff. We're managing all their like chronic diseases, specifically him. And so I really enjoyed it so much, because like that's kind of like what I want to do at my clinic now. Like I want to continue working in HIV, but I also want to manage our other comorbidities. And when I tell you guys that I work in HIV and like we service the entire patient, when I say we service the entire patient, it's like we, like our providers, they're comfortable to a limit, you know? And then when it gets to like adjusting insulin and adjusting this and this, that's when it's like, oh, and then we typically refer them out. So like while I do fill everything for them, the adjustments are made by outside people, and then the prescriptions come back to me. And for him, he has a collaborative practice agreement to where he can make those adjustments for these patients, so that it's a one-stop shop, a medical home for these patients. And that's what I want to do. And like, I'm just so happy. Like I had the most amazing, that's probably one of the best shadowing experiences I've ever had in my entire life. And I've shadowed a lot of people. I don't know, I'm obsessed. Like I loved this institution already. That's who I did my IPPE with. But it was just like, I don't know, just being in this clinic today and like we already connected based on the population that we both serve. Like, it was great. And I like, you know, we talked about the patients, we worked up the patients, he let me ask a bunch of questions, he asked me questions, introduced me to people. Like, when we were bringing the patients back, he's like, this is Rudy, she's a student pharmacist, she wants to know what we do here, I hope that's okay with you, she's just gonna like help me out today. And I was just like, no, I don't. But it was so great. And he was like, you know, if you have any questions about residency and stuff, you can feel free to email me and all that stuff. And I surely am. Like, he gave me some great advice about like what path I should take in order to be him, you know? So he's considered, like, he is a clinical pharmacy specialist, but he is considered ambulatory care. So we just talked about that, about how I should probably go for more AmCare residency route. Like, he's interested in infectious diseases, but like, he doesn't necessarily want to be, you know, an antimicrobial steward, you know, and that's not what I want to do either. I enjoy infectious diseases, I'm loving the class right now, but then I think about the rest of it and I'm just like, but I'm not necessarily interested in just infectious diseases. I do enjoy this kind of like mix of everything while serving a population that I absolutely love and I care for, and I've grown to like love even more over the last few years, you know? So yeah, like, it kind of like really helped me in terms of like being that I start rotations in like 3-4 months and just knowing the route I need to take over this next year. That was really exciting. That meant a lot to me because tomorrow I actually have an API planning meeting with our people. So it's like, it kind of just gives me a new light on what I need to look into, you know, what I should start paying attention to. And just like, I don't know, I'm just really happy. I had an amazing time, and I want that position in the future. It doesn't have to be, I'm not going to take his position. If I could join him, that would be amazing. But also, if I just have to do that at my clinic, I'd be even happier. But yeah, I'm obsessed. That was so much fun. I loved it so much. And I'm so glad that I decided to pick up the camera today and show you guys all this and just talk about this with you guys, because when I did my Q&A over the weekend, someone did ask like, how did you get a shadowing experience? And so I figured that this was like a great time to like talk about not only how to get the shadowing experience, but like also like how to make the best of it. I guess I could dive into like how I got it, but first of all, I already knew about this specific pharmacist because I sat in on a seminar that we do in like the AIDS HIV world, and he was one of the people talking, but I don't think he was presenting. We actually talked about this today. He's like, oh no, I didn't present, I was just one of the people that like provided some insight. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. But I already knew about him, so I reached out. Well, not reached out, but I just friended him on LinkedIn because he's in my state. He went to my school. And so I figured, you know, there's no harm in getting LinkedIn friends, but also I knew that I was going to this institution for my IPPE, and like from at that point I would have been going to that institution like 3 months later. So I was like, this would be great if I could meet him and like discuss things with him. So then when we had our like initial email from our IPPE coordinator and they were telling us all of our assignments for the 2 weeks, I reached out and I was asking if like I could turn one of my project days into a day with him, and they're like, it's just not feasible right now since it's such short notice. And I was like, that's totally understandable, no harm, whatever. And they were like, but if you really are interested, feel free to reach out afterwards and we can set things up. And then just during my experience, we talked about my interests, and obviously I mentioned I work in HIV, and they're like, you should really meet up with this guy. And then I'd say it to another person, they're like, man, you should really meet up with this guy. So we finally got in touch, and that's how we set that up. So that's how I got that experience. So I totally recommend friending people on LinkedIn. If you're interested in their positions, reach out to them, ask if they can shadow. I mean, the worst that people can say is literally no. But I hope this video is not too long, because I feel like I've talked a lot already. But I hope this video helped a lot, just like in terms of like how I got the shadowing experience, just a whole mix of things. But yeah, if you want more of this, let me know in the comments below. But I just hope this random video kind of like does something for you, you know? Because like, I feel like this is probably something that I don't typically see on YouTube regarding our profession. I see a lot of like day in the life as a student. There are some like pharmacy vloggers. There's only one particular that I know who actually talks about what she does as work. The other ones just talk about like lifestyle stuff. But I know there's one particular that talks about what she does at work. I'll put her in right here. But outside of that, like, I feel like there's not many people talking about like options in terms of pharmacy, you know? Like, I know there's, oh, there is a pharma girl, there's an industry girl, I'll put her here too, but outside of that, I just can't think of like, can't think of anyone else that I know that like does like, talks about infectious diseases pharmacy or cardiology pharmacy. So really want to try to incorporate that more, especially as I go on rotations and I'll be shadowing and all this stuff. So I definitely tried that with my rotation. That's why I made those 2 videos for my rotations, because I wanted to show you guys what I did, what I talked about, like just opportunities around pharmacy. So I just hope this video does something for you. I hope you have an amazing week. I love you, and I'll see you next week.